Hey, B, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, I just wanted to come down and have a few words with you guys regarding Ashanti, who did come out and speak regarding Irv Gotti's passing, as well as Asian Doll versus Cash Doll versus, I guess, all the dolls, child. Okay, so we're gonna get into that just a little bit, and then we also got to talk about Jello Ball and what he just did to Miss Nikki Baby, because that is messy just a bit. Okay, so make sure you guys are indeed coming into the video, you are liking up the video, and let us go ahead and get into it. The first thing I do want us to talk about is Ashanti and Irv Gotti. As you guys know, Irv Gotti did pass away earlier this week, unfortunately, and I know one of the things that I really wanted to know was how Ashanti was feeling, what she was thinking, and all of that, right? And Ashanti did come and she made a statement over on Instagram, and this is what Ashanti had to say. Ashanti says, "I can't believe things ended like this, and it makes me so sad. We weren't on the best of terms the past few years, but as I've always said, through our ups and downs, I will forever be grateful for everything that you've done for me. We made history, and that will remain infinite. I've always respected your musical genius and ability to push me to be my best. All the greatness and positive things that came far outweigh the dark and negative times. I have always prayed for you to find peace, sending love and prayers to the entire family. Rest well. Rest in peace, Irv." All right. So that is what Ashanti put up over on her Instagram. Claudia Jordan says, "Class act." And I have to agree. All right. I have to agree. Although she and he were not on good terms, she definitely owes a good bit of her career. I would say, to him or whatnot. So shout out to Ashanti for that. And I just hope she's able to get her masters and things back. Or whatnot, whatever it was he was keeping from her as it pertains to her music and her making money. I'm hoping that she's able to gain control of that very, very soon. So rest in peace to Irv Gotti. And I haven't heard much about like any details on, his funeral or anything like that. Not even sure if she'll be in attendance, but I'm sure those details will come. I did see where Ja Rule, he didn't have much to say, and I can imagine how heartbroken Ja Rule was. All he did was put literally a broken heart on his Twitter, and that was it. I haven't seen him really, make any other statements regarding Irv's passing. And I'm sure he may come out as he actually accepts the reality of what has just happened. Okay. So you guys can leave your thoughts and comments down below regarding that situation at hand. Next up, I do want us to get into just a bit Miss Asian Doll and Miss Cash Doll. So first of all, Cash Doll is on tour. Shout out to her. All right. She dropped a project recently. I believe it was towards the end of last year. And Miss Ma'am has had her foot on the gas ever since, all right? Especially after she parted ways in her with her relationship. She has two beautiful kids, a girl and a boy. And she says her daughter's going to be the last doll, and that's just period. But, I did see some clips of her interview. She did an interview with Shannon Sharp, all right? So shout out to that. I believe Cash Doll has been doing a few interviews because, like I said, she's on tour. She has a project. So that's really dope. What I liked that Shannon Sharp did was allow her to perform one of her songs. And I thought that I was like, okay, I see you evolving and everything over there at Mr. Club Shay Shay. And I liked it, okay? And one of the things that Cash Doll talked about during this interview sit down was the dolls. There's Asian Doll, Cuban Doll, Dream Doll, Cash Doll. Now, listen, a lot of us already knew Dream Doll, let's be honest, but she was not called Dream Doll. We knew her years ago from her being on Bad Girls Club. So we knew who she was, but I never knew she was ever going to want to desire to be a rapper or anything. So when it comes to music, Cash Doll, for me, that's the first person that I've ever heard of being a doll. And if you want to, get real, I guess anal about it, for me, it would have been Nicki Minaj, who was going by the Barbie, Harajuku Barbie, Barbie or whatnot. And she would call herself a Barb. Not so much as a doll, but I can hear some of the fans now like, well, actually, it wasn't even you. It was Nicki. When it comes to actually having doll in your name as an artist, it would be Cash Doll for me. Okay. She was the very first person that I knew about. And then I think I may have learned about Asian Doll later. And then I think Dream Doll followed after her, at least in the order in which I can recall of when I learned about, them musically. And Cuban Doll, I still don't really know who that is, and it's no disrespect to her. But I'm seeing her name pop up in this conversation with Cash Doll, Dream, Asian, her. But I want you guys to hear what it is that Shannon Sharpe and Miss Cash Doll talked about in that conversation. So check this out.
Asian doll, Dream doll, Cuban doll. Damn, it is a lot of dolls.
Yeah, so you see how you just said that? So think about this. A person that works so hard that, you know, I did all this. And I come on the internet, every time I come on here, it's a list of who's the best doll, who's the cutest doll, who has the best
I
body
vote
out
for
of the
Cash
doll.
Doll. Cash Doll get my vote.
That's my people right there.
Yeah,
Give me another
y'all
one.
ain't messing with Cash. Y'all can't mess with Cash.
No, so you see what I'm saying,
Yes.
though? And it's like you just put me in a box automatically.
Right.
Who's the best doll? Like, no, I want to be in that conversation.
Right.
Not in this one.
Right.
I been did that. That's me. That's my way. That's my shit. It's my brand.
Okay.
So just picture all this time. I've been doing this all this time, right? And then just a group of girls just come out, and now it's just all these dolls. It's not a lot of Minaj. It's the only thing you hear a lot in the female rap is doll.
Yeah.
I didn't come out Cash Minaj. I didn't come out Cardi C. I didn't come out Old Miami. I didn't come out Cash the Stallion, because that's their name,
Right.
right?
So you want to be the only doll.
I am. So I just wanted everybody to change their name. That was my name.
Let's take it to the mic. And whoever got the best bar,
And
got to
that's-
give up the doll.
And that's what I did. And that's exactly what I did.
Give it up. That Detroit. By the end of the show, we're going to get some of that Detroit up out you, though.
I've been doing good, though, haven't I?
You've been doing good. You've been doing good. Asian doll.
All right, you guys. So you just heard what it is that Cash Doll had to say about it. She feels like these ladies should change their names. And I want to hear you all's thoughts about this and whether you feel like they should change their names. I do feel like in the beginning, maybe they should have. Maybe they should have. You know, I don't know if it was something that was super popular at that time, doll this, doll that, doll everything, as to why they started to attach that to their name. Everybody wanted to be a doll. And maybe it was some type of spin for some of the ladies as it related to maybe Nicki and them looking up to her and her being a Barb and them wanting to be her doll because, you know, they say all these bitches my sons, okay? At least that's something Nicki says. So maybe they, I don't know, wanted to be a doll. And I don't know if that's the situation for all of the ladies or not, but just something that I question. But for me, and y'all, I want to hear who you guys heard of first, okay? I heard of Cash Doll first. So that's who I knew, okay? That became super popular. So as everybody started to come up behind her, then I feel like maybe they should have changed their names, you know, just a little bit. But also at this time of where they are, because they didn't change their names, I don't think they should change their names now. I don't. I feel like that's a part of their brand. That's how they are known. And unfortunately, that's what it is. I do question why Asian Doll would really name herself Asian Doll. I would love to know the connection with Asian is what I would like to know. I don't know. Maybe that's her middle name or something. Maybe her middle name is Asian. Maybe that's her first name. And she's like, you know what? Call me Asian Doll. Who knows? But I would love to know the connection. I haven't fully followed her. A lot of times when I hear about Asian Doll, I never hear her music. It kind of gives a little bit of Azealia Banks, in all honesty, where I would see her ranting online before I really hear any music. And to this day, I have yet to hear any of her music. And that's unfortunate. I do know that she used to date King Von, you know. I think they were together at the time of his passing. Oh, and you know what? She actually just announced her pregnancy, which was interesting. She said that she's pregnant, and she kind of made a post. I guess she was throwing shade at Cash Doll about her daughter growing up, and I guess she's going to be called a doll as well, and she's going to be ready to smack up anybody behind her mom or something like that. So it's just been some stuff. You know, once Asian Doll learned that Cash Doll said what she said in this interview, of course, she took it to social media, had a lot of things to say. Now, I didn't quite see Cash Doll say anything on social media, but what I did see was her do one of her tours, and I believe she mentioned Asian Doll a few times on that at that one of her shows. And I'm just like, why are you giving this lady any attention if you know that a lot of us are only going to acknowledge you as the only doll, the number one doll, the first doll, whatever doll, I don't think that it would be necessary, in my opinion, to give her additional attention, right? I know Asian Doll said something about, let me say this. Cash Doll mentioned that, when she sees her, she's going to slap her ass, okay? And that's going to be interesting considering the fact that Miss Ma'am is pregnant, all right? She says, when I see her, I'm just going to knock the fuck out of her and I'm going to keep it pushing, I'm going to keep it stumping. And y'all can do all that talking about dolls all y'all want, but it's only one doll that's on tour. Okay, that's crazy. 2 dolls pregnant, 1 doll on tour, and I don't know what's going on with the other doll, in all honesty. Okay, but yeah. All right, so they're kind of, having their spick and spank, their little beef or whatever, and I just feel like Cash Doll, if you have the largest following, you're the one a lot of people knew before they knew of the others, and you're more so that girl, that doll. I just don't think you should address her or any of them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel like they're coming up behind you and they're following behind you. I just feel like, don't give them additional attention. Make them work for whatever they're trying to do. But it's just what I think. So y'all let me know. Do you feel like they should change their names then? Should they have changed it then, or should they be changing it now? And whether or not you feel like Cash Doll should actually be giving any attention to Asian Doll or the other ladies, okay? Leave your thoughts down below, okay? Now, next up, I do want us to move on, and I want us to talk about Miss Nikki Baby, okay? Miss Nikki Baby and Jello Ball, okay? LiAngelo Ball. Used to be a baller turned rapper, it appears, okay? He's also the brother to Melo and Lonzo Ball, okay? Now, let me tell y'all, in the beginning, can I just say this? I could not stand LeVar Ball. I'm not even going to hold you guys. I could not stand him. And then I fell into watching their show over on Facebook. They had a show called Ball in the Family. And when I tell y'all, I loved it. I actually loved it. And I, for me, started to see how the dad was with his sons. And I say, you know what? He's not as bad. A lot of my dislike for him came from different clips I would hear, that he would make from interviews or whatever. And I would only just see the clips and I'll start judging them and stuff. And then when I started watching the show, I was like, he's really not that bad of a guy. He may be hard on his boys or whatever from time to time, but not that bad of a guy. Really like that family. I felt like that family was going to be like somewhat of although their mother is white, their dad is black, they're mixed. I felt like they could have been the like black version, in a sense, semi-black version of like the Kardashians or whatnot. But I'm not sure what ended up happening. And maybe they just canceled the show after the pandemic or something like that. But it was really good. I wish we still could I wish they would go get a reality show right now. So that we can see what's going on in y'all life and what's happening. All right. I do believe 2 of the sons are in the NBA. And I don't think that Jello is in the NBA right now. I think he's just more so focused on being a rapper. Y'all know he had that song called Tweaker that Lil Wayne just recently featured on. And it seemed like Lil Wayne went crazy on that track. I was like, oh my God. Okay, because at first when I first heard the song, I was like, it's all right. I might swerve in that corner. Ooh. What did he say? I might swerve in that corner or whatever. And I'm like, it's all right. And then the more you listen to it, it's one of those songs that's okay in my head to me. And then you play it enough and it's like, this ain't a bad song. It gotta get you rocking. And he got Lil Wayne on it. And I think that's a good look for him. But yeah, so that's what's going on. I will say this. I feel like, Jello, you have always given the balls a problem, honey. You was the first one to go and get a tattoo. Your daddy snapped on you about doing that. You just a rebellious little motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Then Jello, he was overseas, I think in China or somewhere with his team when he was in college. And then they ended up stealing some stuff, getting in trouble over there. And then I think it got him kicked off the team. So the dad had to come up with all these different ways to get him back in the league because his dad had this dream that all of his sons were going to play in the NBA. Okay, I don't know if they were all going to be on the same team, but they all were going to be in the NBA. And I do believe that LeVar Ball accomplished the dream and the goal that he had for his sons. And it indeed happened. So more recently, he has been in a relationship with Nikki Baby. A lot of us remember Nikki Baby from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, one of the best ever franchises to do it, in my personal, okay? But, he was in a relationship with her. It was really a surprise to me because I feel like they really announced their relationship when she got pregnant. or at least that's when I about caught wind of it. And they ended up having actually 2 children together with each other. And child, more recently, it appears that he done exposed, or at least he's been exposed, and he's admitted to her that he may have been messing around, child. It's giving Usher, these are my confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say. Chick on the side says she got one on the way. These are my confessions. Man, okay, it's a mess. It's a mess. But before we really get into what Nicki learned about Jello Ball, I want us to listen to just a clip of LeVar Ball and what he has to say about Miss Nicki Baby. So let us get that up so that you guys can hear what he had to say.
Other one, Jello, Nicki. Yeah. Oh my God, I love her.
Okay.
I'm like, Jello, how many girls have you had where you go to their house? This is the only one that got her own spot in Beverly Hills.
Well, yeah, everybody
talking all this stuff. She business-fied. Her family like that.
Right. Her parents
own a strip club
on Sunset.
Yeah, they own some strip clubs or whatever. But she been used by a bunch of people. So what happens is her and Jello come together, and Jello, like, she buy Jello still got her own stuff. Jello, everybody got to drive his cars, got to stay in his mansion. They ain't got nowhere to go. She do her own thing. So what people don't understand, they're going to be together. And what happened is my boys got that big baller luck too, that you found the right one. It really don't happen like this. So if you can get this, I go back to Melo's girl. She ain't trying to go out every day. Been there, done that. Jello's girl, the same way. Everybody thinking she'll go there and got a youngster. No, he said these other girls I'm dealing with have no sense. And they make a beautiful couple, and the baby is beautiful. Got a nice look at this, but her mom talk business, and they talk business, and Jello about business. Mm-hmm. So this is the part I like. Is the girl, Nicki said, I'm going to get me she had a Lamborghini Urus. She's driving that, the baby seat in the back. Mm-hmm. She said, it's too small. I got to get another ride. I think I'm going to get that Cullinan.
Yeah.
Rolls Royce Cullinan.
Yeah.
I'm like, 2 weeks later, she get that. Not using my son's money, her money.
Her own money, yeah.
But not just talking. Go get your Rolls Royce Cullinan because you need a bigger family car for your man and your baby. That's why I let a girl, I'm like, man, they can say what they want about him, but I know what these folks is about. As time go by, you can kind of show yourself, and they've been around for a minute.
Yeah.
And for him to decide to have a baby with this girl, eventually, they're going to get married. They're not going to, my boys are not going to be like, man, I ain't mess with that girl now, I'm good. You got a baby now.
Yeah.
And as long as she's doing her thing, but this is what I like about it. She ain't pressuring my son, you better marry me tomorrow. We got to get married. He don't get married when he want to get married. And he understands, yo, let me get my contract first, focus on my basketball. I ain't talking about no little contract, I'm talking about some main stuff. Yeah. And I support both of us. And you keep your business going, I get 2 incomes, and we're good. And our son's going to be good. We'll get married then. Because I'm trying to tell my boys, if y'all going to have these kids, have them all right now so you can bring me out of retirement. So
I can't. Not so you can bring me out of retirement, okay? But listen, I can't stand the platform that it's on, Haki, but I would not mind hearing more of, LeVar Ball's interview with that, because he kind of touched on just a little piece real quick before we dive more into Nicki and Jello. His oldest son, Zoe, right? Lonzo Ball. He had a child with his high school sweetheart, from what I can recall. I can't remember her name, that went on to have a cute little girl, right? Well, he kind of mentions that first of all, before the show went off, they kind of broke up, okay? I think he was playing down in Louisiana somewhere, and they kind of broke up or whatever. It was like an on and off situation or whatnot. I don't think they ever got engaged or got married. For sure they didn't get married, but I don't know if they ever got engaged or whatever. But it seems like that relationship is strained to the point where he has, I guess through the courts, Zoe has through the courts where he has certain visitation or whatever when it comes to the kid. And LeVar Ball was just talking about how he doesn't really fool with her or her family because of how they have been, I guess, doing his son with him wanting to, I guess, see his daughter and all of that stuff. So he just doesn't like how they kind of handle things. And it's not like Zoe has been like trying to be like an absent dad or anything. Like, he wants to be a present dad, and has been, okay, not so much as wants to, but has been a very present dad for that girl based on what we've seen in the show. So I do wonder what happened in the relationship for her to be like, yada, 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 whatever. So that's why I was like, I kind of want to be in y'all business just a little bit more. Like, can y'all bring it back to reality TV like y'all had a few years ago? Because we was all in the business. But anywho, he kind of touches on that. But getting back to LiAngelo Ball and Miss Nicki Baby, she came and she made a post earlier. A lot of people had been DMing her, and I kind of heard it too a few days ago about him allegedly getting somebody pregnant or whatnot. And so she kind of came out to confirm, but not fully confirm. And this is what Miss Nicki Baby had to say, okay? She came to social media And Miss Nikki Baby says, I see everyone has been sending me at Jello cheating on me. I want to clear this up and speak my truth. I'm just as surprised as you are. We spent 3.5 years together, and last week, y'all, last week, he decided to walk out on his kids and tell me he got someone else pregnant, allegedly, and now is creating a new life with her. Child, if that ain't a mess. We were just happy and planning family photos. I am beyond blindsided by this whole thing. The ultimate betrayal is not even the word. My daughter is not even 2 months old, and dealing with this and postpartum is very hard. Please pray for me and my healing, because I will get through this. I have to be strong for my kids, but I have absolutely no words. Karma is real, and God don't like ugly. I hope it was worth losing his family. Wow. She says, time to speak my truth, praying for my healing. Listen, I feel so bad for her to have just had your baby 2 months ago or so. And for this man to just tell you last week, like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be the reason why. I am done. I'm done with you. I done got somebody else pregnant, supposedly, and I'm finna go start a life. Like, what kind of scheming were you doing? How can you play in this lady's face like that? Welcome a child. Y'all all lovey-dovey, taking pictures, this, that, and other, whatever. Whole time, you done got somebody else pregnant, and you finna start a life with her after you technically already started a life with Nikki? And y'all heard his dad say, you know, I know these people. I know these folks. My son's not just going to wake up and be like, I'm done with her. They're going to get married. They have a family. And it's like, LeVar, every time you're about to say something right about Jello always disappoints, okay? From the tattoo you didn't want him to get, and then he got his whole body tatted. After a while, Daddy had to just shrug his shoulders and realize he had no control over that. Going over there overseas, stealing, okay? You had to dig him up out of that. Help him get to where he needs to be so that your vision or whatever could be fulfilled, which was also his vision to be fulfilled. All right. And then you over here thinking he's going to do the right thing and marry Miss Nikki Baby, this, that, and the other. And although you may like a guy, a girl or woman that is able to, you know, hold her own, provide for herself, not use your sons, it seems like your son may want to be used. Because I'm wondering who is the girl he done got pregnant. Now, of course, I did see over on an IG page where they kind of exposed the girl, but the girl is saying that it's not true. Okay, so I'm like, I don't know. Okay, she's saying that it's not true that she's pregnant, but she said that she's also at a place where she's not about to clear nothing up. So whatever you guys think is what you guys think. Okay, but I am going to see if we can get more on that. Okay, because it looks like Miss Nikki Baby may have also made some posts. So give me 1 second. All right, y'all. So we do have an image of this young lady who put up a few things, and this is what she said, allowed and wrong, but I ain't clearing nothing, okay? So this is the woman that is alleged to be in some relationship, pregnant by Jello, all right? Child, this is a mess, okay? But let's keep going, because Nikki, after she made that post that I just got into with you guys, she went on to put more posts up, and this is what Nikki had to say. Nikki says, the same way you get them is how you lose them. Thinking you winning by getting pregnant with a man who has a newborn is crazy. Okay, it's crazy work. But you know what's even more crazier, because this is where I feel like you're putting the blame off on this young lady. Although she was fully aware of your relationship, I do feel like the person that ultimately owed you the loyalty was him. So for him to go out and get another woman pregnant, knowing that he had a child on the way and or had a newborn at that time, is 1000% crazy. I mean, crazy work. Okay. How disrespectful, knowing you already have another child and then just gave birth to another one, and you over here getting somebody else pregnant. What kind of be fruitful and multiply is you on? Whew, disrespectful. Okay, then you tell this lady the week before that you done and you got somebody else pregnant, you're going to go be with her? Wow, 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 wow. Let's keep going, because there is one more post that Nikki made, and what she says also in terms of age, to clarify, the girl he left his family for is older than me. Now, one thing that LeVar Ball did talk about in that interview, he did talk about how he does like older women because they may have their heads on right when it comes to his sons. Like Melo is dating an older girl. He said a lot of people were complaining. This is the baby boy. He's dating an older girl. A lot of people were complaining about the age difference and stuff. But that woman he's with now is just into different things, and she's pulling him into different things versus being a person that you know, just want to take pics all the time, go to the club, hang out or whatever. The mentality is just very different, and that's what he likes for his son. So it seems like Jello went and got an even older woman. Okay, so at least he's you know, I guess at least he's listening on that front. All right. At least he heard you when you said that, because clearly he didn't hear you when you said that you didn't think he would walk out on her and that he's going to be there and at some point they're going to get married. So it's a mess. But Jello, you will always disappoint the people in some way, shape, form, or fashion. But either way, good luck. All right. Hopefully things work out. You know, I don't know just because this is happening now, maybe he and that girl will break up. Miss Nikki Baby may take him back because ultimately I do think she wants her family. But y'all let me know, is that unforgivable? Do you feel like Jello was absolutely wrong for what he did? And if you feel like it's forgivable for what he did, if she's able and willing to, or if she should take him back if things don't work out with that other young lady. And keep in mind, this is a woman that has 2 children that I do believe are under the age of 3 or either under the age of 4. I believe they're both under the age of 3. I don't think the oldest is, I don't even think he's 2 years old at this time. So y'all let me know. Okay, because she's going through her postpartum, the kids are so young. Do you think she should be forgiving and maybe consider taking him back, or if she should just continue to take her L, let him be a father to the kids, and she continue to move on? All right, leave your thoughts and comments down below, honey. That's all that I got at this time. I am Jamie That's Me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters. I'm silent. Nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification. Them numbers hit like it's a praxis. Cash died at the ATM. And the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF. Got them trying to clone me like Aegis. Game time, I invaded gym. High elevated, I could face the rim. Putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over. I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man? They say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film. I can fill a pool, we gon' make them swim, nigga.